Good evening, ladies. It's so nice to have you all here. More and more women are rising to the leadership challenge, even in some of the most male-dominant roles. One of the key findings in a recent report stated 41% women are managers in corporate America, and the rise is like 9% from 2016 to 2021. And that's big. So this makes me proud to see the increasing number of women in leadership roles in women in tech and women entrepreneurs. Womenpreneurs? That's how we do it. Wherever we go, we lead. And hence the event hashtag She Leads. Do you guys believe in She Leads?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, okay, moving on, we can start with our panel discussion, but I want to talk about our moderator, Fariha. She is going to take us through the panel discussion. So, I, Shuli Chakravarti, founder of Bay Area Visits, I am honored to host all you empowered women, everyone. You all are empowered women, my role models. I look up to your Instagram accounts and you guys motivate me. Thank you so much. So I'll talk a little about Fariha, the woman in black. She is a woman in tech. She is a UX researcher. She has worked with companies like Google in the past, and she has held such panel discussions as well. So I thought she can be like one of the best fit to host and moderate our panel discussion, as she is already working in tech in the Bay Area, and she has worked in multiple roles. She has worked as a product manager, she has worked as a software developer, and she has also worked as a founder of a company. So thank you, Fariha, for doing this. Can we have a round of applause for Fariha?
Thank you, Shruti. Hello? Hello? Thank you, Shuli. That was a wonderful introduction. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Fariha Kahn, and I'm going to be the moderator for today's She Leads panel. And we are going to explore some exceptional women's leadership and entrepreneurship journeys. I'm super excited to be here, be part of the discussion, and hear from our speakers. It's so an honor to be with you all, including Shuli. So thank you for the amazing introduction. First off, we have the founder and owner of the beautiful cafe we're in, K Cafe Tea House and Patisserie, and K on the Go. Our speaker founded K Cafe as a magical escape in the Bay Area, a luxurious cafe experience with a French Asian-inspired menu and an ethereal, vintage-inspired ambience that we must say is quite Instagrammable. As a businesswoman and content creator, she has grown and scaled up multiple businesses from scratch to success. Her goal is to bring happiness to others by inspiring them to live out their dream. Please welcome Kayla Din. Next, we have the founder of Book of Bijou, an innovative line of jewelry storage that uses customizable organization with a chic coffee table book aesthetic. Her pursuit in creating the Book of Bijou brand has led this mother of two young girls on the path of uplifting and advocating for fellow small businesses, especially those that are women-led. She hosted her first women's empowerment market in May, featuring over 20 women-owned businesses and raising over $2,000 for a great cause. She hopes to continue using her growing platform to empower even more women and create an invaluable community. Please welcome Crystal Jagarup. Next, we've got the founder and fashion designer of the luxury Indian fashion label Sama by Sirisha. Based in Bay Area, born in India, and creatively bred, she has combined her passion for the fashion industry and mission for empowering women artisans and preserving the rich craft heritage of India into creating her own fashion line. Her goal is to create luxurious designs and leave unforgettable impressions on the world, and yet versatile enough to transcend people, places, and occasions. Please welcome Sirisha Walia. And last but not the least, we've got the founder of Bay Area Visits, an exclusive community for Instagram creators and brands. A recent transplant to the Bay Area, she dreamed of creating a supportive and empowering community for content creators through collaborative events to establish the region's presence on Instagram. A marketing whiz, content creator, community builder, please welcome Shuli Chakraborty. Thank you all, and thank you ladies. We are super stoked to have you all here. Like I said, it is a true honor to be here with you. And today we will discuss how our panelists' entrepreneurial and leadership journeys began, and the roadblocks and obstacles you had to overcome, and learn about the passion that really moves you forward. So just to note that 50 years ago, the idea of a female entrepreneur heading up her own company would have seemed ambitious at best. So today, female entrepreneurs are not only recognized in the workforce, they're starting and owning their companies in record numbers. So a study by Harvard Business Review said that women ranked higher on several major elements of leadership than their male counterparts. So today, women are taking the aim at the proverbial glass ceiling, and they are climbing through. So I'd love to go down the line here and ask each of you ladies today a little bit about your own personal journey. What drives you, and why do you do what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the founder of Book of Bijou, and to answer the question, why do I do what I do? I have always been the type of person that believes in pursuing your passions. We spend so much of our days, so much of our lives working, right? So if you're gonna do that anyway, it might as well be something that fuels your fire, that you love, that you enjoy. So it's never been something like, oh, I'm just gonna do what makes me the most money. It always had to have passion attached to it. So Book of Bijou really combined two passions for me. I used to be an independent stylist for a jewelry company. Obviously, I love a great statement earring, and I had amassed so much jewelry. And I had this issue with my statement necklaces. I basically just didn't know where to put them. And the flip side of that, I've also always been a creative. My mom, my sister, and me, we grew up doing all the crafty things. And so when I had my first daughter, I decided to do a YouTube channel where I can upload some of my DIYs. I just needed that creative outlet. I needed something to bring me back to me as a individual, not as a mom, right? I needed to find that way back to myself. So I had this YouTube channel where I did my DIYs, and then I had this need for a necklace organizer, and I said, okay, I'll just make my own. It's gonna be great content for my YouTube channel, and it's something that I need. So I just was one day laying in bed with my daughter, waiting for her to go back to sleep in the middle of the night, and then the more I brainstormed my YouTube, my details of my organizer, the more I realized the merit of the design that I was concocting in my head. So the next morning I just hit the ground running. So I do what I do because it's something that I'm passionate about, and I always believe in pursuing your passion. Now what drives me are my daughters. I have two young girls, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, Layla and Evelyn. They drive me crazy. But they absolutely are the biggest driving force between me, or for me, sorry. Part of it is because, of course, I want to provide them the most amazing life, right? I want that financial freedom. I want that flexible schedule to be able to spend time with them. And then the other part of it is that I just want to be a great role model for them. I want them to know, truly know, without a doubt in their mind, that they can be and do anything that they want. And when I had my women's empowerment market in May, I was able to expose them to so many different women-owned businesses. We had all women-owned vendors, and it was amazing. And my daughter, who's only 4, is already really diving into this whole entrepreneurship journey. She's such a girly girl. She loves the makeup, the hair, the nails. And every weekend we go to my mom's, and she's been bringing her makeup and her nails to my mom's house. And the weekend before the last one, she did my mom's nails, and my mom gave her $5. So a few days later, my daughter was talking about it, and she was like, oh yeah, Grandma gave me $5 for my business. And I was like, oh, that's right, you did have a little business at Grandma's house. And she said, no, it was a big business. And in that moment, I was like, that's my girl. I am so proud of her, and I cannot wait to see what she accomplishes.
hi everyone. I'm Kayla, and I'm the owner of King Cafe Patisserie Tea House. Welcome to my place here. Hope you all enjoy it here. To answer your questions, I would say I'm all about creating the lifestyle that I want and the experience that other people want. So I want to combine that two together to have the business and the life I want to. So I've always loved beauty and perfections. It's really hard for me to work with under other people because I have so much ideas and creative that I want to do it my way and live it the way I want. Work with the people I want to work with. Create the product I enjoy, and I think that people like me gonna like it too. So I want to go my own way, and it's very hard at the beginning. I have been on I have worked a lot of different type of work. If you don't know me, I started my first business as a barber. I was a barber, so my first business is a hair salon. I started my entrepreneurship about 6 years ago. This is my fourth business already, and this is the most successful one until now. So thank you for the support and everything. I would say for your questions, for me, it's all about the lifestyle, like I mentioned earlier. Because I think you said a lot of things that I want to say already, so that's good. So basically I think I have been seeing a lot of people that they making a lot of money, but they're not happy with their life. They're not happy with the person they work with or the job that they get. I see a lot of them just trying to get out of the work environment in order to do what they love, which is for me, you spend a lot of time at work already. So when you go home, you don't have that much time to enjoy or fulfill your life anymore. So in order to get that two together, you have to, like you said, find your passions and then make money out of it. So that's when everything gonna come together. And this is why Cake Cafes come out. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Sirisha here. Can you all hear me? No? Hello? Yeah. Hi, this is Sirisha here. So I have my own clothing label, which is Sama by Sirisha. First of all, thank you so much for having me as a panel. It was a surprise to me too, because I'm still an emerging, business entrepreneur is what I could say. I'm really happy to be here. And thank you, Shuli, and Bay Area Visits, Kayla, everybody, and all you guys. So I know they almost stole everything what I was going to say. That's why I don't like being in the last.
We'll start with you next time. I talk to you.
No worries. So yes, what drove me to do this. I'll tell you a little bit about me. So I'm doing two jobs at the same time. So I am a full-time IT person where I'm a senior project manager, program manager. Apart from that, this is my other business, what I'm doing, Sama by Sirisha. So this is the label I'm running. And I tell you, I find happiness in my label, in Sama by Sirisha, because this has been my passion right from my childhood. Who doesn't love designing? Everyone designs their clothes, right? So yes, so a lot of friends, a lot of relatives and all, they motivated me. They loved my designs, what I used to, create since childhood. And I also have been, creatively bred. My mom has been my inspiration. She really pushed my creative levels out there, is what I would say. I just don't design clothes. I sing, I dance, I draw, I paint, I do everything. So that just, it brings happiness to a person. So I believe, you must have the passion for you to really start something of your own and make, that's what would really drive you to do what you are today, is what I would feel. And yeah, my driving factors are my family. So if you see the name S-A-M-A, Sama, people call me Sama, but I'm not Sama, I'm Sirisha, just FYI. So yeah, Sama is all like, the first letters of my family. So they are the ones who are the pillars, basically. So it's my name, Sirisha, my daughter's name, Anaira, my husband's name, Manu, and then Adrit. So S-A-M-A. So that's what S-A-M-A stands for. So yes, they have been the pillars for my business. Obviously, having 2 kids, being an IT person, and running a business is not easy. I have a supportive husband, so he's been taking care of kids. Right now they are with him, so I'm here enjoying myself out here. So yes, so I think they have been my pillars and motivation, and I'm really happy that I have a great support system. Yeah, thank you so much.
Listening to all these empowered, beautiful women, I feel, do I like passion? Do I just, and all of these people, they are so creative, right? So, and I actually forgot the question. So the question was, it's coming from there to here. Why do you do what you do? And what drives you? So, I am unemployed in this country right now. I just recently got my work permit and stuff, so I will get a job pretty soon. I'm running my business in India, and so I will answer on about Bay Area visits. So why do I do what I do is because when I moved to this country last year, in short, I was really lonely. And back in my country, I had a very big Instagram community, and people knew each other. There used to be these parties and product launches, restaurant launches for like 60, 70, 80 plus people. Everybody knew everyone. And that culture was missing when I came here. I wanted to know everyone. I saw there are so many beautiful creators doing such good work on Instagram, and I didn't know anyone personally. I wanted that personal connect. I'm from India, we need personal connect. So we need that one-to-one connection. We want to know what's happening in your life, and we want to be there for you. We want to support you. So the reason I started Bay Area Visits, because I was looking for a community. I was looking for like-minded people who love Instagram as much as I do. And that's the reason I started with Bay Area Visits, to know you all. And you guys motivate me. You all are the driving factors. I asked Kayla once in February, we connected, then in March we connected. So like one time I had to ask her and she was like, let's do it. I asked Sonia once, Sonia, are you coming? Let's do it. I just have to ask people, and that's how fast the community is. Obviously there are some other kinds of people as well, but we'll not talk about that. But the good part is you all drive me. Thank you so much. And I do it because I'm a people person. Wherever I go, I don't think I'm that creative, though I was a fine art student. But yeah, I was a fine art student. I do paint, I do everything. But I think all my painting and art, I gift it to people. So what really motivates me is people. I need people around me. I need friends, Instagram friends, everything. I need a community. So yes, hence Bay Area Visits. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I keep forgetting to switch on. It should always be on. Thank you so much for sharing that. Like, it is so inspiring to see the passion that you have for the idea that you created, and the hard work that you put into it, and the driving motivators, whether it's your family or your own passion for the hobby or something that you really love. So it's so nice to see that, and absolutely, I hope everyone here, including me, we're definitely taking that into account and hopefully applying it to our lives. Like, be brave and go for the thing that you wanted to create. So thank you for sharing your journeys and what drives you. One thing I would love to kind of start, and I'll start from that side because y'all are feeling a little neglected there. So I'll start with you, Shirley. What is one of the biggest challenges that you've had to face as a content creator and a community founder?
I'll be real quick because we have to have dinner after this, and we also need to do the beauty corner and everything. So, as a content creator, the setback,
Yes, challenge.
the challenge. As a content creator, the challenge I have faced is something I think all creators will face someday or the other, or have faced already. I started in 2016 as a content creator. So when you start as a content creator, you have so many ideas, and you can actually devote time, right? You can devote time. You have so many ideas to pitch in, and you really, make one good content every second day or every week. What happens 5 years down the line? Because I started in 2016 and right now it's 2022. So 5 years down the line, your priorities change. You have other things to do. Life happens. So what I wanted to, do I also give the solution?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just quickly give the solution as well. So I would suggest that this thing happens, right? Because when you start something, you start with a full force, but it becomes a challenge to continue with that, and persistence is a challenge, right? For everything. So as a content creator, my advice would be start with something you really feel for. For an example, when I started as a content creator, I already was running my marketing agency. I had friends in PR, and I used to love reviewing restaurants. So I used to go out, eat a lot. I used to recommend my friends. I was already an offline influencer. I used to recommend my friends and family, the fashion, what I bought, from where I bought already. So that really helped me to come and start doing it. So reviewing was something which I was already doing in my daily life, and doing it on Instagram was easy then. So start with something, or just do something which you can hold on to and be persistent towards. That was the challenge. And as a community founder, something which recently happened the other weekend, you all know, many of you know about that. So, okay, if you are a content creator and you want paid collaborations, how you should say no to a brand or a community organizer is you just say, I am not looking for a barter collaboration right now, I'm looking for a paid collaboration. If you next time have a paid collaboration, reach out to me. That's a simple answer which I also give to brands sometimes. So something happened the other weekend, and there was a lot of negativity. But when you are a founder of a community or a company or organization, you have to fight your battles right. So till Saturday or Friday, for 2 days, I was quiet. I didn't utter a word because there was a content creator. She started making a fake account and texted like a few brands and influencers against Bay Area visits. So I decided to be quiet because I have to fight my battles right. The moment I read the word illegal in my Bay Area Visits account, that woke me up because I run a marketing agency back in India and I'm doing everything so legally. I don't want to fall into taxes and stuff. So that was my triggering point, and that was supposed to be answered. So as a founder, an organization founder, or if you run a company, you have to fight your battles right. Don't voice out everything, but voice out what needs to be voiced out. So these are the two things. Thank you.
Awesome, and you really did great. Hello? Okay. So my challenges, in the fashion industry, what I faced, the first basic challenge was Instagram. I was new to Instagram. I did not know anything about it, so I had to really explore and all that. So how to make reels, how to put yourself out there and all that. So that was one of my challenges, which I did learn with a lot of help from the content creators themselves. So they helped me out, and then, so that's how I tried to portray my page in a better way. And I think that's what attracts the clients and the people, is what I believe. Apart from this, there are a lot of clothing fashion, clothing stores, fashion designers around here in Bay Area. So it is it's a very, very tough competition. So I wanted to do something different. So what I saw in Bay Area was the trends were a little backward. So they were not really as trendy as I feel India is fashion forward than the U.S. Fashion here. So I thought maybe I should bring that change, add a little bit of modern touch to my clothes, and also let people know that this is the real fashion and this is what is going on in the market right now. So I did that, and a lot of people reached out to me. I was not sure how to market myself at the same time. So I just got a mannequin and started putting clothes on the mannequin, and I started to market myself initially. And then of course I took up all those pictures. So later photographers started coming to me and they're like, okay, you know what, let's do a shoot. I'm like, how? I was like, oh, is it good? Am I supposed to pay or all that? I didn't know how it works here. So they said it's just a collab. We don't have to really do anything. I'll get the models, I'll get the makeup artists and all that. This is so cool. And I was like, okay, let's just do it. And that's when I started, people started looking at me, and somehow, touch wood, I feel I hit the right market and things are going good. And also, I would say I'm not as pricey as people here in the Bay Area. My outfits, I want it to be reached to all the people. I want everyone to wear my outfits. I don't want it to be highly priced. So I like to deliver quality and also, at a good price. So that, everyone can wear Sama by Sirisha. So that was my whole motto. Thank you so much.
So to answer your questions, what is the biggest challenge as an entrepreneur? I would say it's about getting the name out there. As when I first started to do business, I was 25 years old. I didn't speak English at all, like barely speaking English. I couldn't even pick up the phone to answer the phone. But after 6 years, this is where I am today. I didn't know a lot of English, no social media. It's all about word of mouth. It's very hard to, that's why it's even harder, because right now social media help a lot. So that's one of the big, one of the biggest helpful things. Back there is all about word of mouth. So you have to do extra work. Your work even have to be, like extra, have to be like over perfections in order for people to recommend people to your business. 4 years, in 4 years I opened 4 business, one business each year, and it's all different type of business. My first one was a salon, my second one was a boba shop, the third one was a second boba shop, and the fourth one was a cafe. So it's all different field. But because I try so much, that's why I know what I want to do, and I kind of combine everything together. So I know how to talk with customers, do consultation on the here. So now I know how to talk with customer here. So it's kind of like you don't waste your time and what you learn. You always use it to another field. You just have to keep going. But right now, people know about me. It's not about the salon, not about the boba, not like a cafe, but it's about me doing the business. They know that I can get the business going, and they know that I can get the name out there. So I'm very confident in the future, whatever business I'm gonna do, I can get the business, get the name out there. So that's what, that's the challenge, but one of the most challenges. But when you overcome it, there's really nothing to prevent you in the future, because you already know what to do already. So now everything to me is easy. Either, the 5th business or the 10th business is easy.
Okay, so for me and Book of Bijou, which is right over there, I came up with this idea in 2020, August of 2020. I launched for pre-orders in August of 2021, exactly 1 year later. Next month will be August of 2022. So it's been 2 years in the process, and we still don't have our real inventory. So I've been having a ton of issues with our manufacturing. I don't know if anyone has any experience with manufacturing, but it is a nightmare. So, the way I overcame it, the way I am still overcoming it, I am still waiting for my inventory to come in, I am still kind of dealing with that, is going into the business, I knew that at some point, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, things would hit the fan, right? It's not about if it would happen, it's about it's going to happen, and you have to be willing to put on your raincoat, let it hit you, and then clean up the mess and keep moving forward. So when all these things were happening, I pre-launched in August, I expected my inventory to come in September. It didn't come in until January. I was hitting major lows. And I knew at some point, entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, right? I knew at some point I was gonna hit those lows. I just didn't expect it to happen so soon and so back to back. But in retrospect, I am very happy that it's happening now at the kind of beginning stages and we can get it all over with and hopefully relaunch even stronger. But that first time when I hit the lowest low and I almost had a mental breakdown, I haven't cried yet, but I almost got to that point. That same night my daughter wasn't feeling well. I thought I was about to break down and then I hear my daughter coughing and she's coming up to me and telling me she doesn't feel well. In that exact moment, everything about Book of Bijou didn't even matter anymore. It was trivial. The really important things come into play. You understand why you're doing what you're doing, and you're reminded of that. You're reminded of why you keep going. So part of overcoming those struggles is knowing that you are going to have to face struggles. And one of my favorite quotes, I can't remember where it originated right now, but it's, you never lose, right? You either win or you learn. Failure doesn't exist. If you look at it as a failure, that's more of a dead end, right? That's it, that's the end of the line for you, you're done, go home. If you look at it as a learning opportunity, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I move forward? And then you move forward. And then the last thing is finding the silver lining in your struggles. So it became such a huge waiting process, right? And what am I supposed to do? I can't go over to the factory and make things myself to make it happen faster. So what am I going to do with my time? When I started Book of Bijou, I knew that I wanted to go into it supporting other small businesses, especially those that were women-owned. So I created our Empowered by Women platform earlier this year. And in this waiting process with our manufacturing and our inventory, I decided to use this time to focus more on that platform. How can I grow that? How can I support other women? And I became very vulnerable and transparent about what was happening with Book of Bijou. And the other silver lining was that transparency helped me create so many incredible relationships via social media. I didn't want people just viewing our journey from afar. I wanted them to come along with me. This was the very beginning stages of Book of Bijou, and I wanted them there for it. So as soon as I started being very transparent, I had people reaching out to me. I was able to make so many amazing relationships that I don't think I would have made had I not been very transparent and doing, IG lives and things like that. And making those connections has been a huge part of me moving forward and them just encouraging me and me wanting to continue to be an inspiration to also others to continue moving forward.
Thank you so much, ladies. It is truly inspiring to hear your stories, and I think what's really coming out is that you've all had to make lemonade out of, lemons that life has given you, and you've all done it in very creative ways, whether it was to use your time for the Empowered Women platform or to launch multiple businesses or be creative with the way you're marketing and pricing and standing out with your products, or battling negativity and staying positive. So it's really wonderful to see how each of you have overcome your battles, and I hope that it gives all of us strength to do that, because as you said, we have to expect it. Life isn't perfect. It will happen, and we just have to make it the best way we can. So thank you again for reminding us that we have to keep our eyes on the silver lining. And now I'd love to move on to the next part and take a few minutes to see if the audience has any questions for our panelists. If you have any questions for our panelists, please raise your hand.
I think I'm pretty much audible.
I think you're audible. I think you're fine. Yeah.
We do have a fancy mic for the event.
Oh.
We want to be fancy, so let's use
We
that
love being
fancy.
Can we have some pictures of the audience? You can maybe stand, pose with the
Oh,
mic.
okay.
Get
Does
some
this
social-
work?
Yeah. It's on, right?
Pretend you're singing.
Okay, so it's pleasure to meet you lovely ladies, and thanks to Julie for making that happen. Because I'm still a master's student, and I mean I look up to you guys for like moving forward. But Crystal, I'm really impressed by your journey. But I do have a question. Like you said that this is passion, right? That the thing that you're doing is you're passionate about it. What is that one thing that you enjoyed most when you started this company?
So there is no one thing for me. I am definitely a multi-hyphenate, and I believe there are so many women that are very multifaceted, and I am the type of person that gets bored very easily. And I need to be doing so many things at so many different times, but I think Book of Bijou checks so many boxes for me as a human. It's creativity in the design, looking at all the little details. It's jewelry, playing with jewelry and fashion. It is designed to look like a chic coffee table book because I also love interior decorating, and then the community of women. So if I had to pick one, I think it would have definitely been building the community from it and making all of those connections. And if you are not leveraging social media to build your community, start doing it now, because it is incredible and you need to have those kinds of people in your life. So absolutely the community.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so do we have any more questions?
Yeah.
My question is for Sirisha. I am a stylist based in the area, and I eventually want to set up my clothing line. I just want to know how you set up your production line. Since you're a designer, you might need someone working on your clothes, like the people who do the labor and stuff. I just want to know how you, how you started off that part. I guess that's the hard part, because we know that clothes are being made, there's an Instagram page, and then there's someone who's really successful. But for someone who wants to start, I guess this is some detail that
Arranging
is
the
not
vendors.
available. Yeah.
Arranging.
Got it.
Great question.
Yeah, I know, great question, definitely. So, to answer your question, what I did was, I designed my own outfit, so I started off that way. And I wanted some people to stitch it. So I reached out, to people in India, because, the labor is cheaper there than here. So, what I did was, there are so many Facebook groups and all that, so I just posted there saying that I have some clothes to be designed, so do you have any, people, can someone help me out with that? So there were a lot of people who reached out to me. It was difficult for me to really choose, basically to pick one person who will do the job for me. So it was not easy. So I had to try a couple of them, get some samples made, and to see, the quality, what they're delivering, and how are they really making what I'm asking them for, the design and all what I have given. So I try to take a few samples that way, and sampling is cheaper than buying the outfit. So that way I could figure out who would, be the best fit for me to, give my business to them and get the stuff made back in India. So that was one of the technique what I used. Yeah, hopefully you be successful in your business and you make your, dreams come true.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions? I did see another hand there.
Two there.
Right.
Not sure.
You can yell. You can just yell.
So my
Pose
question.
with the mic.
So my question is actually for Kayla. I definitely feel very inspired by that's such a inspiration to see you open this amazing cafe, and as you have multiple owner of multiple things. So it's really amazing. But I was just curious to know that what was the first thing that actually drove you? It was like you just stood up and took that decision that this is it, you know. Just curious to understand that.
Yeah, thank you for your questions. Okay, a little bit about myself. I was on my last year of getting the degree, and then I dropped. I dropped on my very last year because I was in accounting major, and I just didn't feel like it fit me very well. I take the risk. It's all about. I started thinking about doing business when I was 23, and I was be able to do it when I was 25. Everything was specific. I didn't have family support. Nothing. It's just myself. At that time, the only thing I know is doing beauty. I was in makeup. I was in cutting hair, but I used to do the hair just because I always want to live the life I want. And in order to do that, you have to have enough to fulfill that. And for me, the quickest way to do is to do business. And I prefer to start young. So, I drop everything, I do it, and people ask me, if you do that, what if you fail? What you gonna do? I was like, worst case scenario, go back to school. Just go back to school. I might be late, graduate when I'm 30 or something, but it's still possible. At least I fell when I was young. I really have nothing to lose, So that's where I step in the business industry. I was like, okay, I think being a boss is kind of cool. I cannot manage how to create a team, lead people, train people, and people work for me, and that's when the extra income comes. I create a job for other people, but I have income on the other side too. So that's always my purpose of having the life I want and create the experience other people want to. Thank you.
Awesome. I would love to wrap up with one last question. If anyone has, especially for Shuli, because we would love to have someone ask that. Or for anyone else. No pressure.
Sorry. For this one? Okay, I'm gonna use this one. Sorry.
Yeah, you just have to yell posing with this.
So, my name is Jamie, and I'm in. Sorry?
That's working. Yeah, it's cool. Shoot.
Is it right now? Yeah. So my name is Jamie, and I am an architect, focusing on custom homes and like decorating restaurants and stuff. And the thing is, I'm really into pastry and like anything that I can create with art and science. But the thing is, if I want to start like business, I need to find teams, the right team that I can move on. So I have a few questions. I have a question to Taylor. That since you started like restaurant and cafe and stuff, how do you find the right team for you, and how do you approach to people that they work for you?
Thank you for your questions again. I'm the lucky one that I have my partner, which is my boyfriend. Yeah, but it's a long story. My boyfriend was in Tech 2. He was a network engineer. He just graduated. He's just 1 year older than me back there. I was just, the girl who know how to cut hair, basically. But I think the reason why people, or you can make people follow you, is you have to prove yourself. People really have to believe in you. Same thing with my boyfriend. He has to believe that I can run the business, so he can job his network engineer. Back there, he just went forward and just pick up the phone all day. And he didn't do anything, but he believed that girl can do business. So when you want people to follow you, you really have to be the role model. Same thing, cutting hair. I was the best person cutting hair in there. Even though I started cutting hair just like 2 years before I do business, it's not a long time, but you just have to go work really hard. So when the time comes, when people need an advice or they have a problem, they think of you as the advisor. So that's when people gonna follow you. No matter what, later on, whatever problem they might have, they gonna look for you as the advisor because you prove that you can solve the first problem to them. So that later on, whatever business I do, people follow me. So for this one, surprisingly, the chef that cooked all the food that you guys eat was my barber.
Wow.
Yes. She was my barber, but for me, it's all about if I want to do that type of business, you don't really need to have the skill. You gotta learn the skill. So when I step into the food and beverage industry, I have no clue what to make drinks or boba or anything. We cut hair in the morning till 7 o'clock. We close the store, go home, get to the garage, and just have a long table with a bunch of tea. We work from the garage to have cake cafe today. Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's amazingly inspiring. I mean, I wish I could start something in my garage, but probably won't be that great.
It was a very small garage. It's never too late.
Thank you all, and that is just about the time we have, and we'd love to wrap up now. Panelists, I'd love to ask very quickly any final words or one tip you would want to give the audience to take home with, and also if you wanted to share how they can reach out to you. We have so many great questions, so any online handles, anywhere where they can follow your journey, that would be great. We'll have a really quick run now.
I'll start with you. I have to think about my one.
You guys can reach out to me at Bay Area Visits. You all know the handle. And we do monthly events. Even if we take a break, it's just 1 month in between. But we do like bi-monthly events. But we do host events, and we do promote other events which are happening across Bay Area. So do follow our page. We will keep you guys posted on everything that's happening around the Bay Area. My idea was to start with a Bay Area magazine, and it turned into a community. So, but we also do like a magazine. We promote labels. We promote other events which is happening across Bay Area. Tomorrow there's an event Sonia is hosting, and then day after, that's Sonia. She hosts events too. Do network with her. Day after tomorrow there's this event happening in Oakland that you guys must attend. Then there's another event a friend of Sonia's is hosting week after that. That's a fashion show in a clothing store. We'll just put all those stories across. Thank you.
So my Instagram handle is SAMA Sama by Sirisha. So I would definitely love to have you all on my page so that I can reach out to you beautiful people in case I want to showcase my outfits and all. So I would definitely love to collaborate with you all. So yeah, looking forward to working with you all. I would just say believe in yourself, believe in your passion, and then you will reach to, you will make your goals come true. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. Can you say the questions again?
Sure. Just one final tip for the audience and
Final
how
tip?
people can share you, follow you in your journey.
Okay. So yeah, my Instagram account is kayla.kfam. Kfam is K family. You're gonna see that a lot in my business. You can even message me on K Cafe Tea House. I manage the Instagram account, this store, Union City store, the K Go store, and my store. So my Instagram. So it's a lot of work. But yeah, you can message me anywhere. I'm gonna get back. This is the first event we do after COVID. So yeah, hopefully there's gonna be more event coming up, and you feel free to ask me for any questions. And again, just same thing with her. Believe in yourself. Anyone have special skill that you can make it into work, into passion, and gonna make money out of it. Thank you.
Okay, so for me, Book of Bijou, a book that you read, of Bijou, which is French for jewelry. And then we have our Empowered by Women platform. So women is spelled WMN. And that is going to be more inspirational and events and things like that. My last final tip is, of course, believe in yourself, and the way that you speak to yourself matters. Don't talk down on yourself. Really believe in yourself and be your cheerleader, right? Hype yourself up. Because if you start talking down on yourself enough, eventually you'll believe it and you'll stop following your passion. And then also with that, be kind to other people, right? Don't burn bridges. It's all about building your network, right? Your network is your net worth. So be kind, give yourself grace, and give others grace.
Thank you so much. Ended beautifully on that note. Thank you so much again. Let's extend a round of applause for our panelists who've given us invaluable insight and for sharing their stories. So let's have a huge round of applause for all four ladies. Wonderful. And thank you also to the audience for taking part in the discussion, asking these thoughtful questions. Give yourself a round of applause. We hope you have a lovely evening here today. We will be serving dinner and our panelists are also here if you wanted to ask them any more questions. And once again, thank you all for coming.